In 1989, Michael G. Moore proposed that meaningful interactions in a distance education course fall into three types: learners interacting with content or subject matter, learners interacting with each other, and learners interacting with an instructor or teacher. Furthermore, he encouraged instructors to plan for all three types of interactions in their courses. This video will discuss tips and best practices for instructor interaction with students in an asynchronous online course. It includes some simple and practical ideas for enhancing your presence and support that you can start adding to your course today. Why is interaction with instructors important? Interacting with an instructor helps students feel less isolated, a sometimes common pitfall in taking courses online. Interactions with a teacher help students feel motivated and supported as well. A body of research supports the importance of instructor presence and interaction with students in online asynchronous courses, and interactions with instructors are found to be critical for student success. Positive effects include higher student satisfaction and greater learning, as well as a sense of connectedness to the course. Quality Matters, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to promote and improve the quality of online education and student learning, emphasizes the importance of feedback from the instructor, stating in their higher education rubric for online course design that frequent feedback from the instructor increases learners' sense of engagement in a course. One of my former students, who's gone on to be an educator, compared how she teaches to how a garden trellis supports a vine. This is a useful analogy for instructor presence in an online course. Just like the trellis is an ever-present and constant support, but does not need to tell the vine how to grow or when to reach to the trellis for support, and just as the trellis is available to provide structure and support when the vine needs it in order for the vine to grow to its full potential, so can you be a support and structure for your students, your vines, in your course. Your students should never doubt that you are there as a constant source of support. However, your presence doesn't constrain them. Let's look at some simple ways to maintain presence and provide support, like a garden trellis, while you teach online. In this video, we'll look at welcoming your students, setting their expectations for your communications with them, communicating regularly, providing feedback, and participating in discussions when appropriate. You can set the stage for your interaction with students by providing a warm welcome to the course. You might record a short video in which you introduce yourself and tell your students something about you. Humanize yourself and create connections with students. Tell them how excited you are to work with them through the course and invite them to contact you if they have questions or need support. You can find an example welcome video on DELTA's LearnTech YouTube channel. It's important at the beginning of the course that you set your students' expectations for how you want them to communicate with you and how they can expect to hear from you. You can include a Meet the Instructor block on your course's Moodle page to provide readily available contact information and let your students know how to reach you. You can also let them know how they'll be hearing from you, how often they'll hear from you, and how soon they can expect feedback from you on their assignments. With these tips, your students will feel your steady and constant support and presence in the course. Do communicate regularly, but this doesn't mean every day. You could plan to do a weekly newsletter or announcement in the Moodle announcement forum. Some suggestions for what you might include in this communication include providing information about upcoming assignments, summarizing discussions, giving general comments on class performance or assessments, remediating when it seems like there's a point of confusion, or linking to a relevant video or article. You could even share some personal news if you like. Do plan to provide specific and timely feedback to your students. This has been shown to increase performance. Tools available in Moodle can help you provide feedback. For example, you can provide a more personal touch on an assignment in Moodle by recording audio or video to give them feedback. You might even find this easier or faster for you. And you can also convey your support and encouragement with your tone of voice and expression. Use the whole forum grading tool in Moodle to provide students private feedback on their discussion post in a discussion. That way, you can help them know what they have done well and how they might improve their participation. Even automated responses can provide support. Moodle quizzes offer the ability to provide feedback based on the answer students give to any question. If they answer correctly, they'll know, but if they answer incorrectly, they'll receive your comments on their specific error, and perhaps where to look to review the material. One last idea is to attend to and facilitate online discussions as appropriate. In a 2007 paper on facilitating online discussions, Revise suggests that two key components of facilitating an online discussion include being present in the discussion, but avoiding dominating the discussion so that the student interactions with each other are still the main feature. To maximize the value of your presence in online discussions, Revise suggests checking into the discussions regularly and posting encouraging, guiding, and supporting comments, never being sharp or critical. When appropriate, summarize discussions and refocus them if necessary. Occasionally, ask thought-provoking questions to help guide and stimulate thinking. With these opportunities to interact with your students in mind, you can help them feel supported, motivated, and encouraged as they grow and learn together. For more tips on planning interactions in your online course, watch the other videos in this series, including those on student content interaction and student-student interaction. Refer to this list for more information and also to find works cited in this video.